wanna live, I wanna give. I've been a miner full of heart of gold. It's these expressions I never give that keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm growing older.
Welcome back, viewers. This is James Compy, Guy on the Bike, bringing you another half-assed report. And we're back up here on Madison Avenue and 75th Street at the Whitney. And we're going to try to go in and get some pictures of this show. Wade Guyton. I guess at some point there'll be some statement to the press here. I guess this is one of the series of, I guess they're calling them paintings, that Wade made in 2006. And, well, I was kind of interested in seeing the show because, you know, although I spent a lot of time running around Brooklyn and probably talked to dozens, maybe hundreds of artists, probably mostly painters. Wade's work was pretty much off my radar. Now, I was kind of curious because I had a major write-up in the Times and got a lot of people talking, so I decided I'd pop in and check out this opening. All of these are basically Epson Ultrachrome inkjet on linen, 90 by 53 inches. Oh, hey, there's Klaus Curtis. Well, I'm not sure exactly how they have the show set out, so we'll just start on the left and work our way around. I guess these are some of his early works where he was ripping out pages from various, I guess, design magazines. And then he was printing over them with his digital printer. This is one of his signature forms, is the X, the cross. Oh, there's the artist right there. I think the thing that gets a lot of people fatutzt is that all this work is created with a printer, maybe with silkscreen, and I guess what he's playing with is how these mechanical printers can be mushed around, kind of overextend the function. This looks like it's a reproduction of something. We've got a little page number, and then you can see how it almost looks like the ink is bled down the page, and then he's got his little, it's almost like a Russian constructivist circle in there. I think the other great thing is all these pieces are untitled. So this is Untitled 2006. Well, one of the reasons that a lot of painters are kind of annoyed is that it seems like Wade is one of these people that has a disdain for the humane, and by that I guess I would be saying that he's trying to eliminate the hand, you know, the dirty little paw that has been creating art for the last 40 or 50,000 years. This is a whole suite of his X pieces. These are 84 by 69 inches. So that's about 7 by 6 feet. Well, this is a piece that he's printed onto plywood. And yeah, I don't know, I'm kind of digging some of the formalistic minimalist part of this. Some of this makes me think of Bad Reinhardt, or maybe some kid that's playing with this printer trying to make a Bad Reinhardt. It's also untitled.
No, I don't think it's directly out of that, but I think it has something to do with that in the sense of the world.
One of the other things that's kind of interesting is that I get the feeling that a lot of this change in tonality is just the ink running out of the printers.
They're made in print, so they're kind of in between generations.
Oh, and he's got some sculpture. This is titled Untitled Action Sculpture. Well, these three huge pieces are all untitled. 2011, 128 by 108 inches. This is Epson Ultrachrome K3 inkjet on linen.
I think to make this
I guess in certain ways, the way these prints end up producing these lines, almost grids, this kind of relates to somebody like an Agnes Martin.
this is like
And you know, these sections where you've got these kind of illusions of wrinkles or ruffles at the edges. It's very kind of illusionistic of space, and I guess he's been grouped together with Taube Arbach, who does a lot of work dealing with kind of spray-painted wrinkles and things like that. This is also untitled. This is one of his flame pieces. This is 93 by 55 inches. Actually, when he gets into the more photographic end of the imagery, it really takes on more of a collage-like sense. This is one of the few times where he kind of ventures into color. Most of this is black and white. It's more of his untitled X pieces. Now, I guess what you'd call these are the runovers, the tracking. This would be the equivalent of somebody dripping, maybe, if you're doing this stuff by hand.
I'm Adam Weinberg, Alice Pratt Brown, Director of the Whitney. We're really happy to have you here today. It's my great pleasure to welcome you to Wade Guyton OS operating system. Wade Guyton has emerged over the past decade as one of the leading artists of his generation, and we're delighted to be presenting his first museum survey here in the U.S. The exhibition highlights the period of 1999 up to the present, and it showcases the breadth of his work in what we think of, and I say that very purposely, what we think of as drawings, paintings, sculpture, photography, and installations. And yet, while his work addresses these media, they simultaneously upend them. And for example, in discussing his paintings in a great interview he did in the catalog with our chief curator, Donna DeSalvo, he says, I think there was some uncertainty about their status as objects, as paintings. Since then, I've tried to present them as paintings, but undermine them at the same time. And I think it's looking at these works and also kind of doubting where they are at the same time, that sense of wanting to believe, believing in them because they're here, but yet undermining your belief because you're not knowing, are they really paintings? Are they photographs? What are they? There's these strange hybrid beasts. Over the last decade or so, Wade has initiated a body of work that builds elegantly on key developments in the history of modern and contemporary art through the use of common technologies, the desktop computer, the scanner, and the printer. With these tools, he forges a seamless and eloquent synthesis of diverse mediums and movements, and within a technical and visual vocabulary that is decidedly of our time. We are delighted that Wade is premiering 2 new paintings, one of which spans 50 feet in length. It is the largest painting, or canvas, I would say, that he has produced as of yet, and we think it's probably the single largest canvas ever here in the Whitney Museum. And that's the good news. The bad news, Wade, I'm sorry to say, is it won't fit out of the building, so it's ours. Sorry, joking.
Thank Adam, of course, for allowing me and Wade to make this exhibition. This is a huge leap of faith, obviously, for any institution to give so much space and such a kind of serious consideration of a young artist. I think there's no artist over the last 10 years who's gotten, in a way, deeper into my head than Wade has and really changed the way that I think about the art that's being made today and the world that I'm living in. And I think that, as Donna said, the use of technologies that he has and his relationship to abstraction is really this kind of amazing bridge between a changing image culture that obviously involves, our cell phones and our computers, but also a sort of insistence on painting and on books that we still read in paper form and on dirty canvases that are stretched into rectangles and hanging on the wall. And so thank you all for coming. Here's the artist.
Thanks for coming, and I will be really brief because I don't have a lot to say. Hopefully the show speaks for itself, and Scott is infinitely more eloquent about the work than I am. But I did want to thank the Whitney for this amazing and terrifying opportunity. Scott for performing brain surgery and hopefully coming up with something. And Donna and Adam, amazing supporters, and everyone at the Whitney has been unbelievable, and they have supported me for years.
Well, I kind of like these as images. This is one of the few times where he gets into some color. These are both untitled. Epson Ultrachrome Inkjet on linen, 84 by 69 inches. That's a nice size. And here again we get into some of the, what you call sort of like the ghosts in the machine. The areas where you surpass the capabilities of your technology. And also we've got that seam. It's a nice kind of minimalist grouping here. Oh, we better look at this first. Inkjet on 2x4. I would say that's probably about an 8-foot stud, 2x4. It's untitled 2011. These pieces kind of put me in mind of Joe Bear, or maybe even Robert Ryman. I mean, the most dramatic part of this is the funky wrinkles or creases that were smashed in by the printer's rollers. These are all untitled U sculptures, mirrored stainless steel. Editions of 3 with 1 artist proof. It's kind of the other end of the spectrum from the more kind of pathetic, crappy print jobs. This is the beautifully polished and fabricated shiny sculpture. This is one of the very often reproduced examples of his work. Untitled. And yeah, I don't know, somehow this all kind of makes me think of formalist painting of the late 60s, maybe early 70s. And Ellsworth Kelly.
If you gather this way, I'll keep
It does have kind of a nostalgic ring to it. It's Untitled, 2006. More of his exes. I live in Texas. I guess one of the nice things about this is that these exes kind of fill the printer space in a certain way, and when you start to come up to these edges between one run of the press and another, you kind of split your canvas. Well, this grouping of mostly black paintings, it's all Untitled. It's kind of nice the way that you can kind of see the X, or the parts of the X in this if you stand back. These are all Untitled 2007, 84 by 69 inches. And this gets to what I was talking about, kind of makes me think of Ad Reinhardt, or even some of the late Rothkos. I guess you would say that there really is no touch on these, and that the only thing that kind of would be analogous to that would be these kind of fudges in the machinery. It's almost like one of Warhol's Marylands, where he keeps sliding ink over the screen until he runs out of ink at the end. So this last one is basically just stripes. And they've got vitrines of his, you're calling drawings, which are more of these pages that are taken out of books and magazines, and that he has run through his printer and added some of these, it's almost like proof lines. Adam Weinberg, in his statement to the preview audience, said that this was the largest painting in the show, and it was also the largest canvas that had ever been shown at the Whitney, or at least the longest. And I think they said that this is 50 feet long. Well, they've definitely got to have a high-capacity printer to run these babies. And well, I wonder if that's considered part of it. If this is a diptych, we've got another part over here. Anyway, this fills this entire wall. So, this has been James Combe reporting on Wade Guyton, OS, here at the Whitney. And as always, thank you, Kate. Are you Shane Patrick?
That's right, yeah.
Okay, good. That was good.
Thank you.